Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing the Stevenson versus Schofield Is On video, as Shakur Stevenson, the reigning undefeated WBC lightweight champion of the world, is taking on replacement opponent, undefeated rising contender Floyd Schofield in a fight that's taking place on the huge stacked Riyadh season February 22nd card on pay-per-view. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So, you know, on paper, this might be the least exciting fight on the card, and it's the best card I've ever seen, and we'll discuss this huge card in the next week or so when I do a video on it. But I mean, Shakur Stevenson, I've been saying for years, is the future pound-for-pound king. And what I like about this matchup, because he was supposed to fight William Zepeda, undefeated lightweight contender on the rise. Zepeda had a hiccup against Tevin Farmer, didn't look great, got out with a split decision, but apparently injured himself. He's not going to be available until late March, early April. So he pulled out of this fight for the moment, and you know, now Stevenson will fight Schofield, who is willing to step up. Schofield, though, 22 years old, and what I like about this fight is you haven't seen Stevenson in this rise of his take on a younger guy that's kind of in, you know, I mean, he's being given a good push. There are people excited about him, Schofield, but not near the level of Stevenson. But this is the first undefeated kind of contender that Stevenson is fighting, and you know, that in itself is exciting. He's an American, and he's an undefeated kid wanting to make a name for himself, and he's coming in for the title. So he's 18-0. Not a huge knockout guy. You know, he has knockouts early in his career, but he really hasn't defeated anybody worth the note outside of his last one when he defeated Rene Tellez, which that wasn't even a huge victory. But he got a unanimous decision there. So again, not a huge power puncher, but a pretty, you know, a solid undefeated prospect that was on the rise, that was willing to step in and take on Stevenson. And I think a guy like him is almost better than Stevenson going after like a veteran that nobody wants to see him fight. Like Joe Cordina, he lost his last fight. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him get a crack at Stevenson. He's a former champ, but he lost his last fight. So him going in against an undefeated kid that's a contender, that wants to make a name for himself, you know, never tasted defeat, hungry, I like that, you know, and it's on a big card. So Stevenson can get some exposure here, and I hope he's not overlooking Schofield, because Schofield seems decent, and Stevenson needs to prove himself. He really does need to sell himself to the general boxing public, that he's not a boring guy, that he can sell fights, and this is the way to do it right here. He's a pound-for-pound guy, and he's got the support of Turki Al-Sheikh. He needs to take advantage of that in a good way. So I like this fight. I know, again, it's not the most exciting matchup for Stevenson, but this kid was willing to take take on, you know, the rising star in Shakur Stevenson, and I'm glad about that, and I'm looking forward to seeing this fight. So this, so Saturday, February 22nd, Riyadh season, Saudi Arabia, the WBC lightweight championship on the line at 135 pounds as Stevenson versus Schofield is on. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.